As tensions continue in Eastern Europe, NATO's Baltic members have issued a stark warning to their allies. The situation with Russia requires immediate attention and preparedness. In a recent Sky News report from northeast Estonia to southwest Lithuania, the voices of soldiers, civilians, and politicians resonate with a unified concern, emphasizing the message: wake up, it won't stop in Ukraine. The Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania are demonstrating heightened vigilance in response to Russian aggression. They have initiated widespread training of citizens for combat and announced ambitious plans to construct defensive structures along their borders. These plans highlight the region's strategic approach to bolster existing defenses and underscore the foresight of these nations, given their historical ties with Russia as former Soviet republics. For years, NATO allies, including the UK, were preoccupied with conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq, focusing on asymmetric warfare rather than the conventional warfare exemplified by the Russian threat. Contributing to this oversight was the post-Cold War drawdown of military capabilities across European nations. Hope was placed in peace dividends rather than preparing for a land war in Europe. However, when Russia annexed Crimea in 2014, NATO's strategic calculus began to shift, albeit gradually. Initial deployments to the eastern flank in 2017 sought to provide a tripwire for a collective response, emphasizing deterrence against the Russian threat. Yet, after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, the alliance faced the stark reality of needing to prevent rather than repel an invasion, a strategy labeled deterrence by denial. Baltic officials have long advocated for a robust military presence to counter Russian ambitions, indicating that Moscow's victory over Kiev might embolden it to challenge NATO defenses. Amid these concerns, the Baltics are reinforcing their military capacities and advocating for a shared sense of urgency among NATO allies. For instance, Latvia, which had previously abandoned conscription, is reinstating it with intentions to double its armed forces. Estonia is similarly fortifying its defense, as evidenced by the increased enrollment in the Defense League, a volunteer-based territorial defense force. Civilians across these countries are adopting a more proactive stance, contributing to national defense and urging their NATO allies to follow their lead. The Sky News exploration sheds light on potential vulnerability points such as Narva in northeastern Estonia, which is directly adjacent to Russia, and Lithuania's border with the Russian exclave of Kaliningrad. The strategic significance of these locations, including concerns over the Suwalki Gap connecting Kaliningrad with Belarus, represents a potential risk in case of heightened hostilities. NATO's Baltic members, alongside Poland, are striving to maximize the alliance's collective defense systems and augmenting these efforts with individual initiatives to increase defense spending and regional cooperation. Their endeavors signal a call to action for fellow NATO countries, suggesting that the fate of collective security may hinge on a unified and proactive approach to defense readiness.